Hi there, I am Alicia Shepard with Nucleus Commercial Real Estate Training, and I'm coming at you with how you can pick your specialization in commercial real estate. When you're getting started, it's so tempting to say yes to every opportunity that crosses your desk. And while that might be one way that people advise you to get started, I'm going to encourage you to decide early on to get specialized. Picking that specialization, though, might have a little bit of a hurdle for you because you're not quite sure where to get started. This video is going to walk you through exactly that. I have 3 key ways that you can narrow down your focus and your specialization so that you and your commercial real estate business thrive. The first step is you have to go out and understand what the data is telling you is the right opportunity based on your goals. See, if you pick a product type or a specialization that doesn't have enough inventory in your market or that doesn't have enough agent saturation for you to actually participate in, you might accidentally start a business and a brand that's aligned with a database that just isn't going to transactionally feed you the way you want it to. If you have big goals, the numbers of inventory in your market probably need to match that. And that inventory needs to be consistently trading. What we see in most markets across the United States is that somewhere between 2 to 3% of each product type transacts hands in each calendar year. Now that's in an upward facing market or downward facing market. What you want to know for yourself is there enough actual activity in the market of inventory priced at the price range that you want to be working at to help you reach your goal? So you'll just reverse engineer how you get there. Let's say you want to build a career where you're easily making $250,000 to $300,000 per year. You're going to need to know exactly how many properties at the average price point in your core specialization you'd have to transact for that to work. And looking at the data while you're picking your specialization will help you understand what's the right product or couple of products for you to be considering in this exercise. That data will give you information so that you don't accidentally start a business that won't be able to give you the fuel you need.
Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to ask you if you take a moment and subscribe to our channel and click that little bell so you're notified every time we drop a new video. We always answer questions, and likes and comments really help us know if we're on track and giving you what you want. Now back to Alicia.
Step 2, I typically encourage agents to get out in the field and actually go spend some time in the properties, in the spaces that you think you want to specialize in. See, when I got started, I started out in multifamily, and I realized pretty quickly I can't stand hoarders. And I didn't love the process of selling someone's home that they weren't involved in the transaction process. It just wasn't a good alignment for me. And so I spent my wheels working in an inventory type that emotionally I just never got really excited about. What I wish I had done before I got into my career too far, or before I had really launched with multifamily, I wish I had taken a week to go spend some time walking the types of properties I thought I'd specialize in, looking at the vernacular, the definitions, and the type of terminology alongside the real estate, spending some time with agents, lenders, colleagues that played in that space, and asking the critical questions that helped me understand what a day in the life of that type of real estate specialization was going to mean. Now, when you go do this, you're going to save yourself heartache, lost exercises of building databases or information that you just don't want to chase long term. And you're also going to give yourself the competitive advantage of knowing your market a little bit. This leads me into the third way that I encourage agents to get themselves and their business ready to specialize. And this is being able to actually step back and work in the product type as a leasing specialist. Meaning, before you go all in, hard to the wall, I'm going to be an investment specialist in the retail, office, industrial space, go do a few leases with a mentor in that space so you can understand the ins and the outs of how the financial agreements in that product type work. See, an industrial lease has huge differences to it and different working components than an office lease would. And spending this time with it is going to help you understand what are critical factors that happen in the relationships between the tenant and the landlord that impact that product type. Now, when you spend that week in it, it's almost like dating your product type, right? When you spend that week in it, you're going to give yourself the ability to really kind of see, do I like spending the time in the real estate itself? I'm not a hard hat girl, in case you couldn't tell. So I don't want to be in an industrial warehouse every other day. But you might look up and say, that's exactly where I want to be because I understand that space so well. Or you have something coming in from a previous career that feeds that. Spending time in the space will help you do it. You also want to make sure that you're out in the neighborhood, kind of getting a feel for the businesses that are there. And while you're doing these leases, while you're practicing in the space, you're going to get an identity of who the tenants in your market are that work with that product type. That exercise of slowing down and working with the product type just a little bit before you go all in and build your business, build your systems like we teach you in Nucleus Core, that's going to help you understand if you're in the right product type for a long-term career choice. Now, you might look up and say, Alicia, I want to specialize, but I could care less if it's a long-term career choice. Well, darling, go for it, but I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to put yourself inside the best specialized choice for you, your aptitudes, your excitement, and what you're going to enjoy day to day. This is a career, for God's sake, and you're going to spend plenty of time in this real estate, in this market, and with those clients. So knowing that you're going to enjoy the time you're spending in your business, because you're going to need to spend some serious time in your business, that is going to be a critical factor for you having a successful launch in your commercial real estate career. So boil it down. When you get ready to pick your specialization, go lead with data. Go look at the type of real estate and spend time walking the market to understand it. And lastly, give yourself a trial period before you really go all in on building the specialized business that you want to pick. I hope this is helpful for you. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to myself or any of our other Nucleus trainers and community members. When you get specialized in your commercial real estate career, you're going to find your success scales at massive speed. And I look forward to seeing you do that. So go get specialized, and I'll see you on the other side.